When you walk away, you don't hear me say, "Watch out for that step!" Ah! That's why you don't walk that way. Oh, 1 minus walk 2 9, so they get ended Fox. And another Kingdom Hearts theory. It's mostly been because I've been playing so much goddamn Kingdom Hearts and been replaying Kingdom Hearts 2 as well as playing Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. And surprisingly enough, a lot of the bits that, such as time travel, spoilers I guess, time travel and datascape creations have actually appeared in Kingdom Hearts 2 before everything else. But, before it appeared encoded and 3D and all this stuff. But, yeah, going through all this stuff, there's been a theory going around for Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key saying this isn't the real place or something crap like that. Also, I meant to wear my Kingdom Hearts shirt. It's one of them, but I can't find either of them. So I'm just going to wear a sleeveless shirt because Riku! But, playing through Kingdom Hearts 2 and playing through Unchained Key, I kind of wanted to bring something up. Basically that, let's see here, that basically Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, at least Union Cross, after the story of Unchained Key, or Key, is most likely taking place in a datascape. And I believe this theory, people have talked about this theory before, but I just wanted to, throw my own way out there and possibly even allude to why Maleficent wants the datascape in one coded, and then also later on in Kingdom Hearts 3. The whole reason being because she wants to get the character from Unchained Key out, or in a sense, possibly even get her own version of the Princesses of Light. I'll explain hopefully. But in any case, basically, if you guys haven't played the Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, there is a whole thing about something called books called the Book of Prophecy, or Book of Prophecies, created by the Master of Masters, the guy who put an eyeball in Xehanort's Keyblade, as well as all the Foretellers' Keyblade, as well as Riku's sword, and the Soul Eater, as well as his Keyblade, and a lot of the Dark Keyblades. And he allowed him to see into the future and create this Book of Prophecy that says everything that's going to happen 100%. There's no way of changing this. And the whole thing was, let's see here. Because I wrote down, I'm trying to do the whole script thing, but still have to keep like a little bit, because I usually go off script anyways. But in any case, basically the whole thing is that this is all either Unchained Key is taking place, Unchained Key and Key are either taking place in the datascape or after Union Cross they are in the datascape. And honestly, I am kind of leaning towards more than else likely that all of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key is taking place in the datascape, and we're not actually playing back before the Keyblade War. And I do have a couple reasons for that. One being all of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts. In Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, I mean. In all the worlds, they seem to all reset. And it could be, okay, they all seem to reset in a way. Basically being that Snow White just escapes from the evil queen, and we have to go save her, but then we kill the evil queen. But then why is she in the other thing? And why Donald and Goofy apparently there during Unchained Key go to Daybreak Town and meet the Keyblade wielder who wears us. But then in the end, they never mention this in the other games. And I guess you could say, and I kind of guessed this at the beginning too, that the worlds were enveloped in darkness. The world basically ended, but because of whatever reason, they were able to reset everything and reset all the worlds together. But then that just feels like, okay, that's one, how exactly did they just reset everything? Not to mention, I kind of thought the whole fairy tales coming to life thing because of children's hearts was kind of, because of children. But, so I kind of think, well, what if actually all this is taking place in the datascape? This is all happening in the datascape with the Book of Prophecies. Does some of this all stuff actually happen? Yes. Some of the things like the foretellers and talking to the Master of Masters. The Master of Masters seeing the future and everything. But in the end, he wasn't, of course, able to save anyone. And his whole idea is don't care what happened in the past or what's going to happen. Care about what happens after the world ends, after all this happens. And in that case, this is what I think he did. He used the book of prophecies and created his own datascape, or in some sense, where everyone would basically live out their lives how they would. And possibly even like using the book itself to create data copies. We've already seen encoded that, and even Kingdom Hearts 2, that you can create a world within a computer. You can create a world within a datascape. I'm not talking about Space Paranoids. I'm talking about the digital Twilight Town. You can create worlds with characters who seem to have hearts, who seem to be alive. Yeah, they can be frozen when the datascape messed up, but so can anything. Axel was able to get frozen, and he's not even really part of the datascape. So, you can literally and even create things from the datascape and bring them into the real world. Such as when Riku, spoilers, Riku took out the money bag along with the little crystal blue ball, which is supposed to be one of a kind, each of them. You see that happening, and it's just like, it really wouldn't be too far to guess out, especially since they even kind of allude to something like this, one in Tron Legacy, about something in the data world trying to get out. Yeah, it's in the movie too, but it also kind of fits narrative, and it also gives more of a reason on why Tron Legacy was in Kingdom Hearts 3D. It's all alluding to that you can take something from the data world, create data people, and then take them out of that world, and they'll be quote-unquote real, or quote-unquote alive. So, what's stopping for the Masters from going, these guys, I need to save them. I need to save the ones that I need to. And, sending them to this world. Possibly, the only people that are actually quote-unquote real in the datascape are probably Ephemer and maybe the 5. I think it's 6, because there's that one girl, I think. I don't know. I still haven't seen the updated Japanese ones. But I know that there's a girl and something happens to Marluxia somebody. Spoilers. Just from here on out, all spoilers. But the whole thing of that is, again, one, the datascape would explain a couple of things. One, it would explain why the worlds are how they are. The Book of Prophecies, or at least the datascape itself, is kind of seeing the past, present, and future all as mixed as one thing. We have all the Keyblade wielders from Daybreak Town, the original Keyblade wielders and stuff like that, who were part of the Union. They're in Daybreak Town, possibly dead. They're probably all actually dead, and these are just the datascape versions of them. In this world, the world itself, the datascape even works like the dream world. Possibly even the reason why Charithi is there, a dream eater, who I think can only appear in the dream world. Maybe this all happens in a dream. Who the fudge knows? Maybe the datascape is basically a form of a dream, a digital dream. But, which would make sense. Because, again, that also makes more sense on Kingdom Hearts 3D, where they talk about, in the world of dreams, you can take a memory, and a memory can take on life of its own. Which, if the datascape is a similar fashion, they can do the same thing. Take just the memories of all these different Keyblade wielders who have died and created the Kingdom Hearts that we see in Birth by Sleep. All those characters can die, but as long as they put a piece of that memory into this datascape, or a piece of memory into this dream world, they then are reborn, like how Neku Neku, Shiki, and all of them were able to come back. After, I'm guessing Shibuya must have got eaten up. I so hope Shibuya is in Kingdom Hearts 3. But, or at least is a part of another world, please. But, again, like, this would be pretty freaking cool. Having it to where they're all part of this datascape would, one, explain a couple inconsistencies, again, with, like, the whole world resetting and stuff like that. And, again, not saying that some things didn't happen again. Like, the whole Kingdom Hearts Chi back cover most likely did happen before everyone got datascaped. And, again, like, they say Ephemer went into a dream world or something like that, or went to the other world. It could merely be that he was sent to the datascape, or even the fact that maybe he wasn't sent to the datascape. Maybe he was sent to the outside world, to the actual world outside of the datascape, to then become, a Keyblade wielder and stuff like that. Maybe, like, again, we've seen also that data characters can also gain Keyblades, as we've seen with Data Sora wielding Keyblade. And again, this all then makes it for people who say, Coded had no significance to the story at all of Kingdom Hearts. You know, well, it could be a ginormous troll. Not to mention, all the Kingdom Hearts stuff have names that have to do with the internet or computers, such as like BBS is for like a bulletin board, and on like a board website or whatever, and then like re chain of memory is supposed to be like a reply and stuff like that. Each one has like a computer kind of quote unquote theme to it, and that would then kind of make sense that Unchained Key actually is kind of a similar fashion. These are all supposed to be like, that is the big thing, that all these Keyblades are connected in here. And again, let's see, because I have a sheet here, but again, like this would then, again, if these worlds can create these data worlds, and you can take data people in these worlds out, this one would create a reason for a lot of different things. One being that there's a reason why Maleficent wants this. She can get all 7 of the Princesses of Light without actually getting the 7 Princesses of Light. All she needs is the datascape to go into those worlds and take those princesses out. And if their hearts are as same as, you know, the actual Princesses of Light, you can easily create possibly the Keyblade of all hearts, or whatever it's called. Like Riku's first Dark Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts 1. We'd be able to see that return in Kingdom Hearts 3, as well as, you know, probably learn more about it and possibly even see it at its full power. And possibly will also be used to create the Keyblade, the X-Blade. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of everything here. Again, that adds more significance to it all. And this also could explain what's inside the box of Lushu. What's inside the box? Being that Lushu most likely has the datascape in that box. And this is why Maleficent is searching for it. If she doesn't... If it's not to get the 7 Princesses of Light from that original datascape with the journal, it could be used to then get the datascape from this world, where there are these other worlds, which, if I remember correctly, in Unchained Key, at least from some bulletin boards that I saw on the internet, that the Maleficent that appears at one point seemed to actually be the actual Maleficent, and not the Maleficent of the past. That she somewhat knew about stuff. I don't know. I can't really remember it, because I took like a year or something off from playing Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, and I kind of just blew through a lot of bits sometimes, but I don't remember seeing Maleficent, so I don't know if that's just a Kingdom Hearts Key thing, which is most likely when the Keyblade War happened, and then the Keyblade Unchained Key is when it's all in the datascape, which if that's the case, that kind of sucks, but then, again, not really if it means that then Unchained Key is really just, you know, telling you, okay, this is all I have in Unchained Key, now we're going to tell you everything else. Let's see here, what else do I have written? I should really just put bullets and points. Blue Crystal and Money Pouch, yeah, I already talked about that. And again, like, the game series itself has actually shown us that you can take something and create something within a data-like world or computer and bring it to the real world as, and I'm not just talking about items, I'm talking about quote-unquote living things, such as Heartless. And unless I read it wrong or, you know, watched it wrong while playing Kingdom Hearts 2 Space Paranoids, towards the ending of the game, I think, where the MCP is actually creating Heartless and then sending them out of the data world. Which then it's just a question of like, okay, if these are quote-unquote artificial Heartless, even though technically Emblem Heartless are already artificial, even though I kind of wonder how they get those emblem things on them. I guess it's kind of just built into their darkness DNA. The Dark Network Association, DNA. I don't know. It could merely be that they're like, again, they're creating. The MCP is creating Heartless and sending them into the real world, showing that, yeah, if we create a Keyblade wielder in the datascape, nothing says that it can't, you know, pop out of the datascape and still have his powers and still have a Keyblade that works. Let's see, what else is there? Masters of Masters. Yeah, basically using it as an arc. The Dandelions apparently aren't supposed to know that the, you know, Keyblade War happened and the world ended. They're not supposed to know that, which, heck, if they use this basically and only send Ephmer, the 5 leaders of the Dandelions, who are supposed to be the next 5 Union leaders, as well as, you know, the people, the dandelions, they can easily send those dandelions into the datascape, erase their memories like they did Roxas, and have it to where they're basically like an arc. They're just there until the time has come for them to then leave after the Keyblade War. Which then, again, this would explain a couple things. One being that they could be in that datascape for however long, because most likely Lushu has them kept in a box. They could be in that datascape for however long, and they won't age. They won't do anything that happens, even though Aqua doesn't age, but that's because she's in the realm of darkness where there's no time. But Ventus never ages, but I guess that could just be because he has no heart, so I guess technically he's a nobody, and well, no, because I think nobody's aged because freaking, Exemnus looks freaking old as all hell. Not old as all hell, but his hair is a lot longer after, well, then again, Xehanort had long hair when he was being Terranort, and Terranort was still a person, so I guess maybe nobody's don't have, whatever. People with no hearts don't really age, well, that was different. But, God, where was I going with this? Again, this would then add at least a little bit more, being that they can be in a story long, so like the whole idea of like, oh, Ventus went through time. No, it's merely he got out of the box, or he got out of the datascape, and he was most likely found by Xehanort, one of the last remaining Keyblade wielders, possibly a Keyblade wielder that survived, you know, not dying in the Keyblade War, or possibly is again, that's assuming that this is our Ventus. I have a whole theory about that not being Ventus, but you know, I think I pretty much covered everything else. That also basically there's a whole bit where like we see our character and they're having memories of, you know, what's happening as soon as the Keyblade Wars is getting sparked, where everything's starting. That could all just be our character, our data version of that character getting memories from the Book of Prophecies. Like, again, time seems to be mixed up in this. So, if there's these worlds that aren't supposed to happen for another couple of years, 100 years till Sora gets there, whatever, then, and the Book of Memories, or this datascape, just for some reason is mixing up time, that could then mean that so are the memories. Memories are getting all mixed up and not knowing, okay, this is not supposed to happen yet, but we're having it happen now because datascape's effed up. And so, like, you have the memories of things that are supposed to happen to your character, or what happened already to them, and, you know, just messing around in there. I don't know. Just a quick little theory. Kingdom Hearts is kind of like a series that I'm like, I don't really know how to make a theory on some of these a bit sometimes. But, again, at least from the data that's showing to me right now from Kingdom Hearts 2, again with the datascape and everything, this seems like this could actually work. And this one would also be kind of awesome. Because if, let's say, I don't know if they were talking about multiplayer, but if they are going to talk about multiplayer in Kingdom Hearts 3, which I would be on the fence about, because sometimes when they have multiplayer, it's kind of like, but if they do it right, they can have it to where your character comes back, which honestly, I wouldn't want multiplayer in Kingdom Hearts 3. Maybe not. I don't think I would. I would be cool, but they could easily do something like, you know, the Keyblade wielders are coming back easily by saying basically, yeah, they're all trapped in the datascape. You can release it. Like, Sora probably releases all of them and they come out of the datascape and come, you know, are alive. But honestly, for me, I would like and love if basically our character, maybe Ephemer took them and brought him or her into the datascape with all the other dandelions right before he died, just so that way then you could have that maybe somehow your character got out and was recruited by Xehanort and becomes the 13th vessel who wields a Keyblade. And the thing is, you're like, well, how do they do that since all characters kind of look different? Easy! Give them a black hood. Never take the black hood off. Just have it to where like the character has a black hood, walks up, and like, who are you? Doesn't say anything, never has a word of dialogue, but just holds up his hand and just forms the Keyblade, and of course not the Kingdom Key, but Starlight Keyblade. Just forms the Starlight Keyblade in his hand. That way we're just like, holy crap, it's our character! yeah, and I'm pretty sure not everyone uses the Starlight Keyblade. That's like my main one right now, especially since I have strong metals in all 3 elements or types. Not to mention having the pet now really freaking helps, since now I can put one of my strongest metals in that guy, in that metal, no matter what, and now makes it like the greatest, the strongest weapon of all in this game, and it's amazing. But I don't know. I thought it'd be cool. Tell me that in the comments below. I think I rambled long enough. Next time I'm just gonna put bulletin points. I did like whole little paragraphs, but I really just summed it all up pretty quickly. But again, this would, one, be an awesome way to bring it back and also tells us what's in the box, and explains kind of, you know, the whole dandelion. This world seems different. After and Skull and all them say the world feels different. Well, that's actually because you're actually now in the real world. You're probably data versions of yourself, or that you guys actually got so used to the datascape world that you didn't remember how the darkness outside works. And again, this also brings up more like why Maleficent wants it. She could use it to get the 7 pieces of light and, you know, form the Keyblade of all hearts and make her own Kingdom Hearts. Or even after that, could just use it to try to get a Keyblade wielder and pull him out and use them as a weapon. Who knows? I can't wait to play more. I can't wait to play more Kingdom Hearts. Like, I'm literally playing Kingdom Hearts 2 right now, and I'm like looking at the trailer of Kingdom Hearts 3 and like him jiving stuff. I'm like, fudge, I want to finish playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and then I want to go play Gravity Rush. Because god dang, Gravity Rush has some good falling animation. Kingdom Hearts 3 looks like the whole dive thing is going to be a main part. And it's just like, I kind of want... It's like, can I get Kingdom Hearts 2 and mix it with Gravity Rush? That way I can get Kingdom Hearts 3 or a version of it. Like, honestly... Again, I'm going a little bit off a tangent, but honestly, how people complain like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 2.9, is that another game they're making before Kingdom Hearts? And I'm just thinking, you know what? I wouldn't mind a Kingdom Hearts 2.9. Mind you, I'm not saying to make a whole giant, oh my gosh, kind of game. You could easily make this an update to 2.8 or something. But, like, just to give us a little taste of Kingdom Hearts 3. Maybe it's Sora's training on Mount Olympus. Maybe we run around Mount Olympus a little bit. Just to kind of get like a demo-ish version, more of a demo version of Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know, something. Maybe we get a little bit of Riku or actually, you know what? A good thing to do, unless they're going to do this in Kingdom Hearts 3, which I don't know if they will, let us play as Kairi. Let us go through some Keyblade training in Hollow Bastion with Merlin. Let us learn how to jump up some things, use some of our Keyblade powers, and maybe even use some forms with the Keyblade and stuff. Let us do that. That would be kind of cool, I think. Let us play as, like, Kairi just training for a little bit. If she doesn't have a big role in Kingdom Hearts 3, like, some other things. Like, I am hoping that, like Birth by Sleep, we're gonna have, like, we're gonna be, not as much as Birth by Sleep, but, like, maybe every once in a while, we switch over to Riku in the Realm of Darkness, searching for Aqua, and maybe every once in a while, we switch over to Kairi, messing around, becoming a Keyblade wielder or something like that. We don't have to have it as, like, so much as, like, 3 separate stories, like Birth by Sleep, or have it like the Dream Drop Distance drop function, but we could still have something where like we're able to go between the different characters. Like maybe like, oh, there's a mission for Riku now in the Realm of Darkness, and like we switch over to the Realm of Darkness map and we go through the Realm of Darkness or something. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Sure videos I've done. Links are on my face. Subscription buttons around there somewhere. Thanks for watching. Share the videos. And we will. See you later. Let's see. Spin. Grab. And then throw up.